What you'll notice if you ever watch a lot of these or some of these television shows, especially these roundtable TV shows, where they catch themselves trying to talk about race, quote unquote race, what a lot of the black people, so-called black people that are on the panel will do, they love giving a white man credit that he doesn't deserve. And you're going to see it here. They're going to do it so flagrantly, and it's going to be so blatant, and it's going to be so inordinate that even the Caucasian man here, Skip Bayless, is going to say that I really don't deserve this credit that you're trying to give me. But look at how the black man is trained. Even the ones that try to act like they're aware of what's going on. Look at how trained they are due to their Martin Luther King programming.
But he's an all right dude. Skip, for you to be as prominent as you are and to be a white male and to allow me to talk about these subjects and these topics on this show.
Now look, he said, Skip Bayless, for you to be a white male and for you to allow me. So in other words, Master, thank you. Thank you, Master. Now the show is Skip and Shannon. So Shannon basically saying that he has no ability to bring up or to he has no ability to initiate what topics they're going to talk about or to what depth or to what scope they're going to talk about the topic.
You don't know what it means to us as a group, as a race of people, because a lot of people, you're white male, and and that's been the preeminent, the dominant figure in American society since 1620. Well, when they stepped foot on American soil.
That's just another Negro giving his own fake opinion of what history's been about. He doesn't know if the white man's been the predominant entity in American soil since the 1600s. He's just going off what he's been told.
The white male has always been an advantageous situation. And so a lot of people like, look, we don't need to talk about that. It's going to, get some people riled up. He's like, no, we're going to talk about it. And for you to open your mind and your heart and your eyes and to say, man, this isn't right. I don't agree with how it happened, but this isn't right. Something's wrong. Skip, you don't know what it means. And I don't know how many people come up and tell you this, especially black people. But I'm telling you that when I'm out, even in LA, now when I go back, it's a whole different ball. I mean, go back to Atlanta. They go to the barbershop. They love some Skip Bayless. Man, Skip crazy. But
in other words, when he goes into the enclave of nigga nonsense, right? Black men like to go to barbershops and talk nonsense about things that they don't know. Most of the time, they don't know what the hell they talking about. Right? If you want to hear 4 or 5 fools go on and on for hours, go to a black barbershop. You have people sitting there for 4 and 5 hours waiting for a damn haircut because these idiots are sitting around talking about topics where they have no idea what they're talking about.
Talking about these issues about race as a white male, Skip, man, look here, bro, you put it like this here. You hired me and CC on the totem pole in the barbershop because you were talking about this. Now, they might not have.
You see how easy it is for the black man to give the white man credit for things that make no damn sense at all? Because Skip Bayless, who's making almost $6 million a year for this show, because he, as in Shannon's words, allows him to talk about race. Shannon says that Skip Bayless is higher on the totem pole at the barbershop. So what does that tell you about the black man's mind and about the so-called barbershop, but particularly about the black man's mindset? All a white man has to do is throw him crumbs and he's ready to elevate him. And look at the mixed race woman's face in the middle. She's so proud of Shannon. She's like, "Oh, Shannon, you did what you were supposed to do. You gave the white man so much credit. I like you for that."
I don't agree with you talking about LeBron and they don't really like the Cowboys, but on this race matter.
Well, wait a minute, they like the Cowboys in the bar.
Carl Booker like the Cowboys. He make me sick too.
I appreciate everything you just said, but I take no credit for it because you know my heart.
You see, even the white man said, "You give me too much credit. Why you give me all this credit for?" Right? The number one way to stir up interest in a TV show, and an astute white man knows this, is to talk about race. You always want to talk about race because the racial conversation is a wellspring that's never going to run dry. Because you could talk about race until this world ends, because number one, people in America don't even know what their race is. They give you their race as a color. And then they're taught fake history. So basically, it's just one huge circular conversation that goes nowhere. White this, black that, and you guys said this, and you guys did that, and you guys owe us this, and you guys always complaining. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on, and it's a great way to get ratings. And Skip Bayless knows that. But Shannon Sharpe wants to give him all this credit like he's a white abolitionist from the 1850s or something. All right, but that just shows you once again how silly the black man's how the black man's mind works. Yeah.
Yes.
This is just what's right and real, and that's what we're going to do.
And it's kind of been the way you've been raised.
You got to take. You know why? You know why you got to take credit for it? Because you could have easily said,
"Oh yeah,
I'm
absolutely."
not gonna talk about it.
No.
Now you see, the white man said, "I'm not going to take credit," but the black man doubled down. You are going to take credit. I'm going to make you take credit for being a great and a fair-minded individual. Now, you know, what the white man understands, the so-called white man understands, is that there's no such thing as fairness. Respect is taken. And if the white man feels disrespected, he's not going to wait for the offending party to be fair. The white man's going to take out his chunk, his pound of flesh. And that's going to be that. But the black man likes to sit back and wait for the white man to be fair and hope for him to be fair.
No, you got to take credit.
Yeah.
Because guess what? There are a lot of people in.
You have to take credit from someone else. You don't have to take credit for yourself, but you have to take credit for someone else because it is a platform and you choose the subject matter. So you do have.
Being humble doesn't mean you should think less of yourself.
Absolutely.
It just means you talk less about yourself. I can pat him on the back whether he takes it or not. He can be humble in that. That doesn't mean he thinks less of himself.
Yeah, because we're on to the next segment. You're going to be stabbing him in the back.
I'm going to bless him up. You are.
You are.
Look at that big coon grin. And I don't even like to use the word coon because I think it's used totally out of context. But this dude is Shannon. Shannon got a lot of credit for making a lot of racially motivated statements when this show first started. And he does say certain things that are true. But he also says a lot of silly things. But this is why the media likes to elevate black athletes, because black athletes, their perspective is totally compromised by the fact that they've reaped a lot of rewards by being minstrels in America. A minstrel is just an entertainer. That's all the word means, right? It's the same as being like a public servant. Your job as an athlete is to keep people's minds off of serious things. So this is why, what the white man has done very, very slyly is he's conditioned black people to look at athletes and entertainers as their leaders, right? So you see these blacks all the time. They get mad at Michael Jordan or Floyd Mayweather or somebody because they won't say Black Lives Matter and all this foolishness. That's not their job. Their job is to be honestly clowns and entertainers. That's their job. But that's why they do it, because come on. The average athlete is an idiot. Some of them are relatively intelligent, but that's always been the case. You go back to junior high school. The people who were on the football team, the basketball team, they were idiots. They were just good athletes. But it was just funny watching once again a black man try to force the white man to accept praise because he spoke about race. Like, this is why our people are in this condition. Because the black man and the black female are looking for validation from the so-called white man. But it's really the black man's issue. I don't blame the black female, because the female is a follower by nature. She's a spoil of war. She's going to follow whoever's in power. But the black man wants so bad to be validated by the white man and his opinions. And you don't see this with any other race of people. No other race of people cares what the white man thinks about them. Now you have some here in America who have been westernized, who fall under that spell of the Caucasians' philosophies and so on and so forth. But when you look at the other nations of people, the other races of people, they don't, their world doesn't spin on the axis of Caucasian opinion like the so-called black man's does. Everything about the black man is just, oh, please, white man, like me, accept me, and agree with my stances on race. It's sad, man. Anyway, peace.